Next roulette before the intermission is Thom, the world's poet. Yes, you may. I will take this over.
Is my friend Magic here?
Is your friend Magic here? Oh, yes.
As you well know, I was in Woodstock last year doing poetry, and they taught me how Woodstock actually happened. It didn't start with 400,000 people in someone else's farm. It started with a small group in people's houses, a potluck, and on the first day I was taken there to what's called a sound out. The sound out is basically an open mic, a round robin, where everybody performs and there's no audience. And then I met Dylan's photographer, Elliot Landy. He gave me this book trying to explain the vision of Woodstock. That it was not meant to be a big thing. It was small, little circles. And it started wherever you are. So I thought if it happened there in Woodstock, it can happen anywhere. So I come back to Texas here and I go up to Salado with some of you who were at Salado Legends. And that was the history of the Salado town from the time of the indigenous Tonkawa up through the Spanish that gave it its name, right up to the Civil War, and they reenact the Confederate side of the Civil War. Well, that was Salado Legends, and that was fine. And my friend, he left a little mud mark on the town, which is the mask of a human being, a tree in Salado. And then I look for little signs of small groups, like yourselves, that life may live in. And up in Temple next Thursday at the Belton Library, there's a group of what's called the Temple Live Poets. And they meet once a month. Very small because they're the last of the wing in a really right-wing area up there in Temple Land. And they hold each other precious and close, much as New World Delhi does next Thursday night, the Thursday night after that. Now normally, some of you have been to New World Delhi. Once a month you'll find that the Austin Poetry Society gathers there and everything is open. All these things are living and real and they are part of something other than us. Georgetown, second and fourth Friday, Georgetown Symphonics on the Square. Every now and then, people like Magic Jack reenact drama in the backyards of this town. This was a play, Louise was in it too. This was a play done by Herman Nelson, age 87. That sounded good, but we must have more because there is a sort of dominant hierarchy, a hegemony of the allegedly white culture, which is pinko out the way. So I did the Indian festival, Matwala. Matwala was a free festival, open to all, featuring Shub Balashaisa, Devangana from San Marcos, and the Poet Laureate of India, Kiki, who flew in for this one weekend at his own expense in order to facilitate the gathering of poets in this town, more than just one style of poet. Yes, indeed, that's what he did. There's one style. But you're also with us. You host, co-host.
Yes.
Where is it? Round Rock?
Star Coffee.
Star Coffee.
East Main Street, Round Rock.
East Main Street, second and fourth Friday?
No, every other Friday. Every other Tuesday.
Oh!
Every other Tuesday. It's the second and fourth Tuesday. It's just every other Tuesday.
Oh, every other. Oh, okay.
See how confused we get trying to gather? Most of these people don't know each other. That's the amazing thing. They have their own groups, their own circles. So they don't know. He and I, in disguise, were part of the Clean Air campaign in the city square, with the mayor of Austin there, turning around saying, "What do you think of all this?" And I had to say, well, we need clean air, but I drive a car like everyone else in Austin. And he said, well, there's all these people here who want clean air. Anyway, I decided then to question the fact that it's 50 years since the Voting Rights Act occurred. So I asked Lucy Baines Johnson, why are so few millennials voting? Why don't the young care about the system they're not participating in? And she said, well, we've got an answer to that. The young people don't talk anymore, they text. So as of today, she said, we're having an app in Travis County alone, you dial that number and the keyword is register, and you can then register to vote in Travis County by texting. It's never happened before and won't happen anywhere else. But she wanted to know, in my homeland that Hamish comes from, why is it that more people vote in Australia? And I said, because they get fined if they don't. So I went down with these posts to Beaumont. Why? Because nothing happens in Beaumont. And it happens slowly. Okay, you've been to Beaumont. I speak true. You were there at that conference? Okay. It was boring as death. Death is more exciting. And I tell you, it can kill people with poetry, but we shook them up. And the idea was, poetry is a gypsy, it's an outlaw, it's a vagabond. Anywhere you go, you take poetry with you, you're the flow. And people dispute that. This is a picture of Magic Jack. This is the 50th anniversary or 50th birthday of Medicare, because both voting and Medicare are threatened species due to apathy, cynicism and ennui, which are the children of solipsism and narcissism, which seem to be the diseases of our time, but you knew that all along. So I spoke to the Democratic guy, Mr. Lloyd, whatever. I said, how can we do this? How can we expand Medicare? He said, well, the simple fact is, this is a work in progress. This is a poem in progress. We're not finished yet. When I became an American citizen, it was during the era of Clinton, and his speech said this: "Welcome to America, a continuing experiment in democracy." So I decided, if this is really the case, then I will go after this reading to Kick Butt, where it's a continuing experiment in public participation in poetry. I'll pass them on. These pictures are big.
These have been around.
I'll pass them on. They're key. And this was last week at Kick Butt, which takes us back full square. So we are all works in progress, and Woodstock, my friends, is everywhere.